Well, PG&E pleaded not guilty in federal court to 28 criminal counts related to the 2010 San Bruno pipeline disaster. Those charges part of an expanded indictment against the utility, and they include violating federal pipeline safety law, obstructing justice in the investigation into that blast. A lawyer for PG&E appeared in court to answer those charges. PG&E issued a statement today. It says, "We still do not believe that PG&E employees intentionally violated the Federal Pipeline Safety Act. And even where mistakes were made, employees were acting in good faith." If convicted, the company could face more than $1 billion in fines. Those charges are not enough for some state lawmakers. KPIX 5's Phil Mateer spoke with Congresswoman Jackie Speer, who is calling for a complete overhaul, you say, of the agency that regulates PG&E, which would be the PUC.
Exactly. She says that it's not just a problem with the utility, it's also with the agency that is supposed to be looking over our shoulder and taking care of it. Here's what she had to say about the change that's needed at the top.
He should go.
That was Congresswoman Jackie Speer, whose district includes San Bruno, taking aim at Michael Peavy, president of the State Public Utilities Commission, the watchdog agency that is supposed to oversee utilities, but she says is way too close to them for comfort.
I don't think it is there on behalf of the consumer like it should be. When you have attorneys within the CPUC that are relieved of their duties or resign en masse, that suggests that there is some activity going on that is not appropriate.
One of the more troubling examples has been the release of emails and letters where the CPUC officials appear to be even giving advice to PG&E, even endearments. What is needed, Speer says, is more enforcement of the safety rules, more oversight, and most importantly, a relationship that is
an arm's length relationship and not a cozy I scratch your back, you scratch my back relationship.
Pacific Gas and Electric has pled not guilty to a host of charges by the federal government. But if they're found guilty as a corporation, they could be fined billions of dollars. However, no individual executives are going to be charged or go to jail.
Does it work in corporate America anywhere? How many corporations are now being criminally charged, but individuals are not?
Hastings Law Professor David Levine agrees.
So really the only penalty we're talking about here is going to be substantial fines. The impact makes a big headline, but in terms of PG&E's bottom line, the reality is it's not that much.
$1 billion fines are real. Let's be clear about that. I mean, we want to change their behavior. We also want to keep the lights on.
And that is sort of the tightrope that the PUC is going to be walking down in the next couple of months as they decide just how many billions, and it is up in the billions now between the feds and the state, PG&E is going to be fined.
Yeah, this gets a little confusing for people, but I think people just want to know who's watching the watchdogs, you know, who's watching the PUC.
Well, the PUC issued a statement in response to our questions today saying, one, that they have tightened up their security and their safety regulations and their policies, and that the emails aren't that unusual. They talk all the time. But the fact is, until this accident happened, this tragedy happened, there wasn't anyone really looking at pipeline safety. Everybody was talking about how much you were paying for the gas, what kind of gas was best for the environment. But when it came to the actual lines, were they safe? Nobody was talking about that. So in that case, everyone shares a bit of the blame. The real question is, where do we go from here?
And how much is it going to cost?
You and me.
Yeah.